Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Brown versus Washington.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Brown, you claim the defendant got you pregnant, then used allegations of promiscuity to deny he fathered your 4-year-old son, Deandre Gray Jr. You have petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove that he is his biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Washington, you claim you need today's DNA results because you were recently ordered to pay support for a child who is another man's junior, and you know you are not the father. Is that correct?
Yes.
So, Ms. Brown, you say you are fed up because Mr. Washington has denied your son for 4 years.
Yes.
Tell the court.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm fed up because my son is 4 years old, and I am a single parent, and I'm raising my son on my own. And I don't have no support at all. Birthdays, Christmas, holidays, wherever. Mr. Washington sees my son and don't even acknowledge the boy. Look how handsome my son is. Everywhere I go, everybody say how handsome he is. And that hurts inside to be a single parent that don't have no support system, no help, no anything. And I'm tired of it. 4 years, I mean, it's terrible, and he needs to be a parent.
4 years, Mr. Washington?
Your Honor, I do not believe Deandre is my son at all, okay?
You a lie.
And what's really frustrating is having to go to court in Michigan and pay all this money for a kid that I know isn't mine, especially seeing the situation.
So you say you know definitively that Deandre is not your biological child?
Yes.
You know that?
I know it.
You have no doubt in your mind?
No doubt.
And so how can you be so sure?
Terriana is done a lot. And I'm not the only guy that she's been dealing with. And that's how I know that he's not my son. Your Honor, she's a send-off. Once I found out how
And what is you?
Wait a minute, what's a send-off?
And what are you?
Your Honor, once we started hanging out and I found out how she truly was, that's when I decided I really don't want any dealings with her.
What is a send-off? I have never heard this. Have you heard this, Jerome?
No, never.
Someone who will say, oh, well, we're gonna hang out today and this and that, and they get you all ready and you prepared to go hang out and spend time with this person, and then they never show up. It's another term to say a person tell you something and never follows through with what they say they're gonna do.
Oh, no follow-through, send-off.
Right, you sent me off, sent me up the river.
But you with other females, so you don't answer the phone.
Oh, so you're saying...
Other females.
Well, let me understand this. You're just talking or whatever,
right.
And you say you began to see these send-off moments happening where you say, okay, let's do this tonight. She agrees. Next thing you know, she'll never show and disappear.
Exactly. And what would happen is, because I live in Illinois, so she would come out there, you know, once she got her little money or whatnot, she'd come out there and, you know, we'd hang out or whatnot. And then that's when I really found out exactly why I was being sent off. See, it wasn't just me she was coming out there to see.
You're a lie.
She was coming
You're
out there
a lie.
to see.
You're
She'll come out there and
You're
party.
lying.
Yana, it got to the point to where when I rolled with her to the gas station, every guy that was there was walking up to the car.
You a lie. They know me. You're a lie. You're a lie. So when have they came?
I'm in the car,
you're lying.
Her, hey,
you're lying.
Hey, you know, check it out.
Hey, you're
and I'm
lying.
sitting in the car
You're
what
lying.
you mean, check it out?
You're lying.
How did I get drunk? Who bought the alcohol?
Me, because you ain't had no money.
Came all the way from Michigan to buy me. Came all the way from Michigan to buy me alcohol. Me and plenty of other
whatever,
gentlemen.
you. But you ain't had no money when you came out of town.
No, I didn't need money.
Hold on.
You don't never have money.
Let's get some order. Let's get some order. I want to understand this very interesting testimony. I want to understand. So, Mr. Washington, just to be clear and to recap, you started dating Ms. Brown, and you said you felt like she was inconsistent sometimes. You didn't understand why until she came to visit you. You were riding with her to a gas station and realized that all the men there knew her and were basically trying to say, hey, what's up with you? And it triggered something where you felt like, oh, this young woman is dating other people or also being intimate with other people as well.
Exactly.
Ms. Brown, I want to give you a chance to respond because those are strong allegations about a young woman. He says you were sending him off. He says that you were with multiple men when you were also with him. When you found out you were pregnant, who did you tell?
I called Mr. Washington when I was in the hospital. And at the time I was in the hospital, he claimed he was at a job, which he never had a job.
So you're at the hospital getting the pregnancy test?
Yes.
They tell you, Ms. Brown, we've determined that you're pregnant.
Yes.
The first thing you do is call Mr. Washington.
Yes.
You say what?
I said, hey, Ryan, I'm pregnant. And he said, what? I said, you heard me, I'm pregnant. He said, Ms. Brown, I ain't got time to talk to you right now. And I said, why not? This is your child. And he said, how do you know that? And I said, because you goofy. I've been having sex with you since September and October. And I said, that was like 2 or 3 times a week with him. And when I conceived and went to the hospital and they told me I was pregnant. Yes, we were. Yes, it was. Stop lying. What was it, a one night stand? No.
And when she told me she was pregnant, she was not in the hospital.
I was 6 weeks
she
pregnant
was not
when
in the
I told
hospital.
you. Yes, I was.
This was, when she told me she was pregnant, it was almost too late. And at that point, that's what made me have the doubt. Because I said, well, the whole neighborhood knows you. So how can you be so sure that I'm the one that got you
You're
pregnant?
lying.
So hold on, Mr. Washington. I want to understand this assertion. You're saying when she told you she was pregnant, you immediately said you weren't the father because you knew of other men, and you said the whole neighborhood knew?
Yes, ma'am. We had all been talking. Everybody knows her in that area.
Didn't nobody know I was pregnant but my mom and you? No.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I could go to a gathering and she would show up, or I would get wind that she showed up, and there it is. We start talking. I said, "Man, you know her too? Oh yeah, you know we was doing this and that." Yana,
no, you're lying. You're lying.
She called me and told me she was on her way to my house. I was staying with my family member at that time, and she says, "Well, we're gonna hang out." When she pulled up with one of my friends driving her car. She's sitting in the backseat of her own car.
Lying.
He in the front drinking, and she's sitting in the backseat. I said, "What's going on here?"
You're lying. Now
so
you're telling
with
a whole
my friend
story.
in the car at my
You're telling a
house
whole
with him
story.
driving your car,
I didn't
but
have
you come to
nobody
see
in
me.
the car. No, I did not have anybody in the car.
And he had another chick in the front seat, but she in the backseat by herself.
No, that's
okay.
Her own vehicle.
Okay,
that's not true.
So hold on, Ms. Brown.
That was it right there.
Ms. Brown, listen.
No.
Listen. Mr. Washington got a lot of details.
Yeah.
And he's telling the court these stories, what he feels happened. I need you to tell the court what you think happens. And one of the reasons is because I need to understand the timeline with which Deandre was conceived.
Right.
Now, you submitted a calendar to the court, and this calendar outlines when you believe Deandre was conceived, and most importantly, why you believe Mr. Washington is his biological father. So for this calendar, on November 11th, it was confirmed that you were 6 weeks pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So now we go back, and if you count back, you say in September and October is when you were having sex consistently with Mr. Washington.
Yes.
Count back 6 weeks, window of conception, September, October, you fall right within the time. Further, Deandre's birthday is July 3rd.
Yes.
So when you count back, all of this makes sense to you.
Yes.
And so you did the math and you said, this is the person I was intimate with consistently for the months of September and October. That's why I believe Mr. Washington is Deandre's biological father.
Yes.
Mr. Washington, as you look at this calendar that was presented to the court by Ms. Brown, is this a correct assertion of what happened in the dates you were intimate with Ms. Brown?
I don't think that's accurate, Your Honor, because during this time, before Ms. Brown got pregnant and through her whole pregnancy, Terriana was dating another gentleman. His name is Deandre, the same name as the kid. Deandre, the baby, he is a junior. Now, this man, she moved him from my area up there to Michigan with her, and he's been with her from the beginning to the end. And right there, that was certification. This man hit me up, Your Honor. He texted me. We was talking. He said, because I'm tired of the games.
I'm tired of the games too.
Yeah.
This is what he tells me.
So what did this man say?
He says, look, bro, you know, she been playing to both of us. And this has been going on for quite some time now, telling me that this is my baby, then telling you it's yours and other people. Me and him just happened, Yana, we're from the same area too, this same guy that I'm telling you about now, we're from the same area.
Okay, anyways, at the end of the day, I was dating Deandre. But at the time that I got pregnant, I know when I conceived that child. And
Deandre was living in
Hold on.
You're not
I want to
telling the
make
whole
hold on.
telling.
hold on. I want to make sure I understand this testimony because Ms. Brown, I
Yes.
gave you ample chance to talk. Every time Mr.
talk.
Washington asserts all of these things against you, I say, Ms. Brown, please respond. And you have never said to me up until this point that you were also dating another man at the time you were seeing Mr. Washington.
Yes, it's a reason.
And now the child is called Deandre Gray Jr.,
Yes.
but you saying Ryan Washington is the father. I ain't never heard
Yes,
such.
because
And
at
he
the
been there
time,
the whole
at the
time.
time I was
So what's
pregnant,
going on
no.
here, Yana?
At the time I was
That's what I
pregnant, I
wanna know.
told Ryan told me to kick rocks, me and my son to kick rocks. He didn't want to have anything to do with me and my son.
Well, you've
so
been
at
with him
that
and he a
time,
junior.
I was
Why would
with
I wanna have something to
Deandre.
do with your
so
junior
this what
and your other
Deandre,
man?
this is what Deandre said. He said, I know that's not my child. And I said, okay. He said, don't worry about nothing. I'm going to take care of that baby regardless.
After they
Mr.
broke up.
Mr. Washington remarks to Deandre was, man, do what you want to do. That's your child. I don't even care. I ain't
No,
going to
no,
take
no, no,
care
no.
of it.
Hold on. Let me be clear of something. You said you told Mr. Washington that he was the
Yes.
father, and Mr. Washington told you to kick rocks. In other words,
Yep.
he didn't believe you and he didn't want to be involved.
Yep, and that's why I
Did
told
you ever tell this other man, Mr. Deandre Gray Sr., he was Deandre's biological father?
No, I never told
That's a
him
lie.
until
Yes, you
after
did.
I
and
told
when he contacted
him no.
me, that's what he said.
All right.
And
No,
that's what
I
he
did
said.
not.
He's tired of
no,
playing
I
games.
did not.
And that's
no,
what
I did not.
that
He
made my doubt
contacted
grow.
you because he said he was
All
trying
right,
to take
hold
care of your
on. We
responsibility.
actually
that's not
have
what he said.
hold on. This court is about getting to the truth, getting the
Yes.
answers for
Thank
the
you.
child.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a statement from Deandre Gray Sr. I'd like to read.
Yes.
It says, at first, I thought I was the father because Terriana told me I was.
Yes.
There it is.
I caught a bond I couldn't let go. Plus, a real man take care of a responsibility. The doctors have told me I couldn't have kids for many years. Every female I've been with never had kids by me. And that's a statement from Deandre Gray Sr.
Yes.
First line is, I thought I was the father because Terriana told
did.
me I was. But I just
There we go.
asked you a minute ago, did you ever tell Deandre Gray Sr. he was the biological father? And you said no.
I mean, yes.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get the
Okay.
story straight.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Take a
Okay.
minute, think about it, then tell me the truth.
Yes.
Me
I
too.
told him. Because I had no
Oh.
help. I told Deandre Sr. that he was the father because I had no help.
He ain't the only one.
There we go. Listen, we didn't come all this way to lie.
Yes.
This handsome child is 4 years old,
Yes.
still dealing with a question of paternity over his head.
Yes.
We didn't come here to lie.
No,
So if that's the
not.
truth, then say it.
Yes, it
The
is.
truth is you did tell Deandre Gray Sr. he was the biological father.
Yes, I did.
And you said it was because what?
Ryan didn't help me. I told another man that he was the father to get help.
And who was at the birth?
Deandre. And he cut the umbilical cord and named him after him.
And
All
once
right.
she said she was pregnant and I knew what they had going on, I figured that was his baby. My little incident 1 or 2 times when we did something compared to him being there before and after, she moved this man down there.
Listen, you know, we get in this courtroom, people want to testify, you know, I was just once or twice here, but this person bookended, he was there before and after. That has nothing to do with biology.
Right.
But it does have to do with the fact that there potentially could be another biological father. So Deandre is 4 now.
Yes.
How long did he believe that Deandre Sr. was his biological father?
For a while. Ryan seen him
whole
a couple
time?
times, and that was it.
The whole time.
And he didn't want to claim him unless somebody had some money. And then other than that, he was like, that's not my son.
Unless somebody
I had to
had
support
some money,
him to take
I didn't
the
want to
baby.
claim him. Why would I need somebody to have some money?
Because
for
you
me to
never
claim a
had
kid
no
that's
money to
supposed
buy the
be
baby a
mine? That don't
Happy
even make
Meal,
no
pull-ups,
sense.
diapers, nothing. You asked me for the money.
Mr. Washington, you've claimed in your earlier testimony you found out you're on child support now.
Yes, ma'am. I am on child support in the state of Michigan, which is also very frustrating because through the midst of this, now I'm tied up in their court system now. So I go down there, Your Honor. When I get down there to Michigan.
What is this evidence? Let me see that first and foremost.
Yeah, this is the child support order. Here, I have another one. This.
Okay. And so, sir, you say you were placed on child support and now you're in the system.
Right, so what happens is, I was living at another residence at the time, and I get some mail. My grandmother calls me and says, you have some mail here. So when I get the mail, it's a letter from the state of Michigan telling me, you know, you need to come down here for a second hearing because you missed the first. But again, I wasn't living at the address that they had on file that they mailed it to. So when I get down there, I'm thinking I'm going for a paternity test once they lay the whole case out. They say, well, if you want to get the paternity test, Mr. Washington, you're going to have to pay for it yourself because you missed your first court date. Now, I explained to them that I wasn't at that residence when they sent that.
No, you're lying.
They still
lying.
said that it was on me to pay for the DNA test. So now, here it is, we're there. The judge is naming off different names that she turned in of who she told was the father.
It was just you.
I recognized a couple of those names,
it was just him.
And one of them just so happened to be my cousin.
No, you're lying.
What?
No, you're lying. No.
What?
He's
now
lying.
She done messed around with
he's
him,
lying.
and when me and him get together, now he's telling me the whole story. She done put the baby off on him as well.
He's lying. I never slept with your cousin.
Wait a minute.
Never.
Wait a minute.
Never.
Wait a minute.